Well, it's not quite yet Monday. About 3 minutes away from being the 19th. So I need to go to the post office. So it's freezing. It's I think it said it feels like 12 degrees. So but it's cold. We had 75 degrees on Friday and Saturday and today cold. Very cold. Hasn't warmed up. It didn't warm up. It got colder all day. And it looks like the Republicans are getting real excited. They want to repeal Obamacare. They want to make Obama look bad. But the only problem is that I don't think they really can, because people are going to just judge, by the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just say, oh, well, the Republicans were such bully racists that, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? So no, rather that is what the people are gonna say. People are just, the simple fact is the truth as they see it unfold. So it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like America worked really hard at fucking itself up. You know, by the actions of the Republicans. Either they're not working. Just trying to make Obama's electricity a hard one. But I think what it made us realize is that we do have a race problem in the United States that is being more influenced by outside, because you could see so far the CIA has proof that um, the election was hacked by the Russians. So really the Republicans' actions has made it easier for Russians and other foreign governments that do not have our best interests. Because you have to understand, white people have not been nice, and I'm talking like the British with the slavery, um, and the colonizing, and the Russians always with the war, and then you had the Germans in World War II, and then you had everybody in World War II and everybody in World War One, and then we have a continuous war. Like World War II is supposed to be the war that end all war. Then you had Korea, if I'm not mistaken, then Vietnam and the Middle East. So war, so our countries plural have not really been able to rest from war, and but the Republicans wanted to repeal the Obamacare. I don't know who it would benefit, because um, I know who doesn't have to worry about it. Congress, Republicans that are in Congress, because do they still have that HMO um, type of insurance? Remember was it in the late '70s y'all turned over to that? But the thing is that the insurance companies, they make a lot of money by with Medicare, and not being watched or regulated, and they could just keep charging and charging and charging and charging. So it's really not that Medicare is bad. It's just that the insurance companies and um, have been allowed, and because of student loans too, it's putting the medical, people in a precarious situation, and then you have other like stuff that has nothing to do with medicine that gets thrown onto them too. They should be, where you need more forensic doctors. But anyway, I think the only way we could really stop the unraveling of the United States any farther, if it if it at all can be stopped. Um, it might be like bleeding like a. Oh, never mind. Not like a female. I was gonna say I can't pronounce the word. A person that can't stop bleeding. But anyway, it's just it's bad. But well, we have today because it is now official Monday. That we're gonna find out about what the electoral college about. So we'll see how that goes. Because it does look like Trump has been in violation of the Constitution. And believe me, all the Republicans in a lot of ways have been violated and just shitting all over our Constitution and our legal rights. Now, it's been a slippery slope for many years when you don't allow civil rights and human rights to take in consideration. So we always had that problem since the founders founded this country of fighting against ignorance uh, and the right way. It's mostly, and I see that in Congress, they're very freaking ignorant. They try to make Obama look bad, but you know what I mean? Because, like, I get that a lot as a black person from racist, bully ass punk bitches. Like, they'll try to blame everything. But the only problem is like with me, like, maybe because I hadn't watched television, I wasn't growing up in the church, and I didn't get whooped, or a lot of other things that happened to them in their childhood. It just was not there for me. That a lot of things they think that I'm going to be interested, or they would be interested, uh, I don't know about, don't give a fuck. And so therefore they think like you're stupid, because you just, I'm not up on, but you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not interested in their shit and could care less. But, and then then what happens is you'll have somebody be like, oh, well, you tricked me, you know. Like, I remember I used to say, well, nobody could be as stupid as you was thinking I was. But the thing is that they was expecting, because of what their actions towards me, they had gotten used to and accustomed to a certain type of response. You know what I'm saying? But because of my lack of television and and growing up in the church and doing other things that them and the people that thought like them have been programmed to by their activities, and i.e. The church and television, that they were sort of programmed to respond a certain way, where I'm just trying my best to reflect the badness, to reject and rebuke the behavior. In other words, I wasn't studying them. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't gonna be participating in this shit anyway. And a lot of it just revolved around really, you know, like, I don't know. To me, I see a lot of women. It's like, it's like, oh, it's the men's gratification and whose expense? My expense. And then the and acting is believing, because like a lot of women, they'll believe that shit. Um, that they'll buy that shit more than anybody else, with the stilettos, shaving the vagina hair, doing all this stuff. You know, for what? To attract a nice STD. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if the Republicans can finish doing the job of destroying the rest of our Constitution, our civil rights, and anything that probably resembles uh, what our founding fathers had envisioned for this country to look like. They're totally like void of any understanding of what uh, of any humane. They're inhumane. Their ideas are inhumane, and they're self-destructive, and they're warmongers, and a bunch of I don't know. They're just some warped people, you know. So, and for their behavior, just to try to make Obama look bad. Well, it's been my experience is that a lot of people will judge you by actually your actions, not by the lies that you put on other people. But they will judge you on your lies, but not the lies that you put on other people. You know, um, your behavior will be, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people like in front of like because people will talk about other people when you get them one on one different. You're in a party and around everybody, and like, but if you're somebody like they feel like me, like, oh, you don't have any influence or no power or nothing, just black female or whatever around some white people. I've been told stuff about people afterwards. They're like, because you know, like like they'll just tell you, they're like, yeah, that bastard, you know, it, for a few extra pennies, he'll sell his mom, you know, he'll fuck up, because my last husband, he was white. Only in his running a factory, we were just and like the rest of his family hadn't been making any money. The mom was just an old prostitute from Germany, but blonde hair, long hair. She's very proud of longer hair. Lutheran, and I guess like the boys all got raped. But anyway, she was prostituting herself up at Lawrence by there's my dad was a doctor, so he had to be up there. There's a mental institution up there, and she was, and like I guess they would go up there, and so she remembered me because she remembered my dad because my dad's white. I guess she said I was the prettiest little black girl, but I cursed her out, and I probably did because I didn't know who the lady was. Cause like she said, I told her to get the fuck away from me, and she said I had the most foul mouth, but anyway, what they're all so jealous and fighting over, it's just their behavior. And anyway, like we got a new couch, and his cousin comes over. First thing he does is he burns it with a cigarette thing, like they were so jealous and just and well, anyway, and really and my third husband would be alive today if it wasn't for his mother, and his brothers and sisters because of their greed. And like, imagine if he really had money like Michael Jackson. That nigga would have been that motherfucker would have been like that family would have killed him right after Thriller. So we got some white people that sort of have thinking like that, and sort of like the Republicans are thinking. A lot of jealousy, a lot of hate, and you know what I'm saying. And I don't know, like that one, like I don't know. These are the same people we've been seeing with the Tea Party, as they were trying to get these people in, and they just act like a bunch of traitors, a bunch of treasonous traitors, just because of the results of their ideas. Even their anti-abortion, the way they go about with women. If that's the best solution you could think of, one that causes more damage and more harm, then you're not thinking. You're just like a morbid. They just you're gonna get rid of people's health care. Really? That's the best you could think of to cure that problem instead of regulating what the insurance could that's what they do in other countries. They don't allow them to come in and con and rip off, the citizens. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's the only thing that the Republicans do is allow more cons and crooks in, like this Trump guy, and we're gonna have this con, this whole country, watch. On January 21st, the stock market is gonna drop. Right now it's like 20 whatever thousand, the highest it's ever been. That thing's gonna go down to 600. It's just gonna fall through the ground. because nobody's gonna want to do business with a fucking clown. Or and then the Republicans, they just don't. They had 8 years to learn how not to do any work. They don't do anything except for undo anything that was done in the past. But they don't got no new ideas that will actually be positive and have a more productive uh, uh, way for these children to get to get into the job force and able to be have jobs there and stay healthy while doing it. Because like you repeal Obamacare, ain't nobody working at McDonald's or Burger King. What I say, people, if Trump becomes president, start cooking at home. Just don't buy no more McDonald's and stop drinking like any type of soda, that or Coke or Pepsi or because the only reason I say all soda because like Pepsi pumps out and Coke pumps out so many different brands. I say do that for 3 or 4 months. I say because like what are you gonna buy January, February, March, and April? Don't buy shit of your groceries. Don't buy no new clothes. Shit. Just like for a few months, just don't buy shit. You know. See, huh? Oh well. We'll see. You know. I hope so because Trump's is just gonna prove to history that he's a treason act, and when we look back at the Republicans and their behavior, we're gonna see them as a treason act to try to make the first black president look bad by them being disgustingly nasty and revoltingly very racist.